Welcome to Rising Above Shadows of Abuse. Rasa.
How do you speak hope to people who believe their relationship or their life is beyond repair?
What I recognize is if somebody is listening to me, they don't really believe it's beyond repair. I'm not the place for that. I don't need to convince somebody that there is a place. They already are feeling that. Otherwise, they wouldn't be listening to or reading a book about saving their marriage or thriving in life. They may feel it. So there's a difference between feeling like there's no way and really believing there is no way. I can feel like that. That's a temporary thing. Feelings come and go. I suggest that people not make emotional decisions because they are stuck in the emotional state. That state will change. And I've had people tell me their feelings will never change. The way they feel towards their spouse of alienation and distance, that will never change. And my question is, did you once feel deep, deep love for this person? Yes. Well, you've just proven that emotions and emotional states do change because they did change. And they could change back, right? That's just kind of logical, but you're believing it because you're emotional. And that's different than deciding that you're not going to do anything, deciding that you're giving up. That is a different piece. So, people often say that they don't have hope, but they wouldn't be listening to me or to you if they truly did not have hope. There's a piece of them. They just have to go, oh, wait, that is true. It's in there. I sometimes forget it, right? Because it's so lost in the loudness of my emotions and my thoughts. It's lost, but I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe something else was possible.
And if they didn't believe that they could change something in relations to their relationship or marriage.
Yes, that they are not in our audience.
Thank you so much. So what would you say to someone who feels invincible, unheard, or emotionally abandoned today?
So the painful, let's again distinguish, there are people who can be truly abusive. The first place we start is to say, I take care of myself. Okay, so I want to be clear that we keep putting that out. But in disconnected relationships, there is a question to say, how do I play a role in that? Not, oh, that's my fault, but how have I played a role in the disconnection in our relationship? It does take two to dance that disconnection dance, right? And one person can begin to change that dance step. But if you feel like, you're unheard, and you're able to say, but this isn't about abuse, it's about disconnection.
Yeah.
My guess is that a spouse is also feeling that. You have two people who are feeling disconnected, unheard, dismissed, and left out. And if one person says, you know what, I'm going to change how I interact in that, many times they are completely surprised on how that is received just because somebody is reaching out. Just because there is a piece of connection, because as we talked about, we need connection. And so if there is a lack of connection and then somebody gives you, it's like being thirsty or hungry, and then somebody says, hey, here's something to drink or eat, then suddenly you go, oh, wait, there's something there, right? I'm getting something that I need at a subconscious level many times. If you do it from an invitational kind of way, you can't force connection, you can invite connection.
Thank you. You can't force connection, but you can invite connection. Listeners, note that. So, why do you believe healing is still possible even after repeated failures or betrayals?
Most of the time, those repeated failures are repeats of the exact same thing from the beginning. The lesson hasn't been learned. And as long as the lesson hasn't been learned, we'll repeat the mistakes that we've made. It's kind of human nature. We repeat until we know differently. And so is it possible that too much damage has been done? Yes, it absolutely is. But the only way to know is to try. That's the only way you'll discover. And so many times people will say, you know what, I'll do whatever you tell me if you can guarantee me that I can save my marriage. And my response is, I can guarantee you what happens if you don't try. That's a guarantee. But I can't guarantee what happens because you might find that the damage has been done and you're not willing to continue. You might find that. But you won't know that unless you put in the effort. Back to that hope thing. Are you willing to do the work to follow that path? If you have a new path, right? You have a new clarity on where you want to go, a new path to get there. Then the question is, are you willing to put in the effort? Not the work, but the effort to get there and see. And the worst that happens is you find that you're exactly where you are, but you might find that there's something else possible.
Yeah, and putting the effort requires the two people involved in the relationship as well.
At some point, it does require Even though I do a lot of work with one person who's trying to bring it back, eventually there has to be joining together again. You just don't have to wait for the other person to start that process. You can start that process, even one person can. You can't complete it. There's no way to fully save a marriage on your own, but it is possible to start the process of saving the marriage on your own.
And then the other party joining afterwards.
Because they go, wait, there's connection here. I'd forgotten about this. And there's some love here. I've forgotten about that. And maybe we do have a path back together. Yes.
Thank you.